three elements of our work. People have work with, they have a long lasting experience, right? Instead of anything which is only surface level. So those three important things is, first is body work. So which is known as, technically it is known as somatic work. So studies that emotions get stored in our body. So for example, when we worked last time, it wasn't about that, oh, but this has happened in the past, or this happened so many years back. What happens is that as a child, we may not have the necessary tools or even the language to access those emotions or to feel those emotions. So therefore, a reservoir of it gets settled in our body. When it comes to those body releases, for example, the last time you cried, and that was a release from the body. And such releases are encouraged. This is one part of it. Then there are other somatic releases as well, which happen with body connection. So if, let's say, I guide you or I encourage you to put your hand somewhere and then to breathe or to expand, whatever I'm asking you to do from your body, including breathing, is a part of that somatic work. The second element is healing statements or healing words. So there are so many things which were unheard, unsaid, unacknowledged, because maybe we did not have the language to, or the people whom we were relying on, they did not have the language to. So they did the best that they could at that time. But our ears, therefore our brain, because ears are the most connected with our brain and our psyche. And these are the areas from where our senses, in fact, are the areas from where we receive. If I encourage you to say something, for example, say that, Papa, I hear you, right? It's important to say it because it's important for the ears to hear it. And also when you're saying it, there are certain bodily movement through the face which is happening, which will also over a period of time take over you. So second is the healing statements. And which could be coming from you also, like maybe there is something, which is what I wanted to do today, in fact, and of course we'll see where it guides us. Or it could be something which I may be guiding you and asking you, does that feel right? Or would you want to say it in a different way, right? Because the idea is not to force certain things. The idea is to see that what that brings up in you, because that's, again, that information is important. And the third is movements. So there are certain movements which may be happening through the body, which takes us back to the somatic work. But then also there could be certain movements, as we did last time with the dolls. If we create an energy field, and then it is important for us to reflect on those movements, because those movements are not happening. It's not being pushed by me. It is being encouraged, yes, but it's not being pushed by me. For example, with you, when we brought in your mother besides your father, that was prompted by you. That even my mother, even though in the field it was only your father earlier. And then when we put the guilt behind you, that was also prompted by you, right? So then when a picture is created on the field, which is what you see in the dolls, is something which your brain understands because of what you have seen. So seeing is also a sense, right? Which is why in the end I said, and I encourage you to say that this is where it ends. Because what happens is that certain times our body remembers certain things emotionally or visually, while they end at a very, very high emotional charge, right? Because of which it stays with us. Today, with this work, we give it a beautiful, gorgeous closure, right? So these are the three things which, over a period of time, when we practice, it helps us to have long-term benefits, not just for ourselves, but also for the generations which we are inspiring, which could be your kids, which could be